Hey, what's going on, everyone? This video we are looking at the preseason slate for Wednesday. We have 4 games today. Also have a lot of snow coming in the area, so if you guys are in the Northeast like I am, hopefully you guys are all ready for it. We're supposed to get like 8 to 12 inches tonight, so hopefully don't lose power or anything, and hopefully I can still continue to make videos for tomorrow. But anyways, let's get into this one. As always, appreciate if you guys hit the like button on the video, subscribe if you haven't already. Yesterday's preseason slate wasn't great because I went with Ben Simmons and Embiid instead of focusing on like Steph Curry and Fox. So it's just one of those where even though they both play similar minutes, like Steph Curry was a must have with everybody else scoring like 30 points or below, and he was going nuts. So we'll see what tonight brings. We have one extra game, so that is nice to see. The Lakers are going to be playing LeBron and Davis the first half tonight. So before people were stacking up the Lakers with like Kuzma and you had like Horton Tucker become like really good plays in the first 2 games, but now that LeBron and Davis are expected to play like the first half, both of them are super expensive, so I don't think they're particularly strong, good DFS plays, but that just makes the other plays on the team a little bit less appealing because you have to think that in the first half, LeBron and Davis are definitely going to dominate and take a lot of the usage away from the other guys. One of the better games I think to target is the first game, believe it or not, because of all the injuries on the Cleveland side. They're missing Colin Sexton again. They're missing Dellavedova. They're missing Kevin Porter again. There's no Chetty Osman is out again. Kevin Love is out for the second game. Nance is out, so they're pretty banged up. We've seen the rookie Isaac Okoro be a tremendous play, and he's been starting the last couple last game he started and should start again with Chetty Osman out again tonight, and no Kevin Love makes it even better. So he's been really solid for them. First game he won that preseason game for them at the buzzer, and then last game he was solid as well. So I think he is just going to continue to get good minutes. You could see him push for 30 minutes tonight in a pretty fine matchup against the Knicks. Go ahead and put him in at small forward. And then on the Knicks side, you have Julius Randle at only 6,600. I think he's just a strong play in general. He gets a lot of usage on that team with them just having, they're really focusing around Randle, and then they have some other guys around him, but really Randle is going to be able to get it done, play some center minutes, but really a power forward. He gets like a ton of shots off, gets rebounds. He has been okay with the blocks and steals, and like he can even dish a couple of assists as well. So 6,600 for him against the Cavs without Kevin Love, it's going to be a pretty easy matchup for him offensively. You have more pieces that you can look to in this game, like Drummond, I think, looks pretty solid as well at 7,500. Without Nance, without Kevin Love, he should get like all the center minutes. Should be able to get a ton of rebounds tonight against the Knicks. Always a double-double machine. Last game against the Pacers only played 23 minutes, but was really solid with 17, 11, 3, and 2 line that he posted against the Knicks tonight. I think he looked pretty strong as well. And then another guy that I do like is like Darius Garland. You could play him at 4,800. You could play Dante Exum as well on the Cavs, but on the Knicks, my favorite is Julius Randle by a mile. And then you could look to like Alec Burks or RJ Barrett. I think those look okay plays, but these are the 3 favorite plays in that first game. In the second game, you have Zach LaVine, who I love tonight at 7,400. Just going to continue to get high usage on the Bulls. Shoots a ton, and his shots have been falling. Last season, he shot okay from the field, 45%. Shot good from 3, 38%. And he just gets a ton of usage. He gets rebounds, assists as well. His when he was with the Timberwolves, all he did was just score. But since he's been with the Bulls the last couple years, we've seen his peripherals go up. He can steal as well as great speed and super exciting to watch. So against a rebuilding OKC team, he gets like high 20 minutes. Should be able to pay off $7,400 pretty easily. You have Kobe White, similar price range, but I prefer Zach LaVine if I could only choose one. So Zach LaVine is definitely my favorite play on the Bulls side. And speaking of the Thunder, you have SGA, just 6,200 for him, just gonna be the biggest piece in that offense this year. They are rebuilding, trading away Schroeder, trading away Chris Paul in the offseason. Their starting lineup with SGA, Diallo, Dort, probably Baisley, and Horford is going to make SGA shoot a bunch. He's $6,200. He had a really good season last year as the third, as like the second or third, probably the third option. They had Chris Paul as the number one, and then you can pick and choose between Gallo and Schroeder as the second option last year. But this year, it's SGA is the number one option. Should get a 30+% usage rate. And then you could look towards uh, Diallo. I think $4,300 looks like another stream because going to be starting at shooting guard. Should see like play 27 minutes in that first game or in the last game that they played, and was really solid with 14-10 line. They missed a bunch of players in that game. They're getting some back, but he should still be in line for high 20s minutes tonight against the Bulls. I think he should hit value pretty easily. And then my third favorite play is going to be Baisley, just because we saw what he could do in limited time last year. Was a really good, had some really good games down the stretch, and now he's going to get his opportunity because gonna just with everybody trading, with them trading away like their better players in the offseason. They also got rid of Gallinari, so SJ and Diallo look pretty good on the Thunder side, and you can throw in Zach LaVine to bring it back. Portland and Denver. Denver's playing their second of three preseason games. Portland is also playing Portland's playing their third preseason game. Portland starters haven't played a crazy amount in the first two games, but I think that's what Lillard said was going to happen. He should probably play a little bit more tonight. So I do like Lillard. I like Jokic. Those are the two pieces that I would pay up for on both teams if I could. And mixing in, like looking at the value plays, like I think I would rather go to some of these other teams. Like you have Okoro at 4,200. I'd play him over Trent or Barton at much higher prices. You have like Diallo at 4,300. I think he has similar upside to like Morris or like a Trent or whoever these other guys play, or Derek Jones. Like I'd rather go with some of the cheap guys that I think are going to get good minutes. So this might be my third favorite game to target, and then my least favorite game is the last game from the Lakers side, especially because without LeBron and Davis, it was pretty easy to figure out who was going to get a lot of usage and get a lot of minutes. But now that they're going to play the first half, it's going to take a bump to Harrell. It's going to bump down Kuzma, and their price tags are still pretty high. So with them being just super expensive, I think on the Sun side, I would have a little bit of interest in Booker and DeAndre Ayton, but I don't want to play Chris Paul at 7,800. I'd rather go to some of the younger guys on the first couple games. So he leaves you with 6,900 left. Like you have enough to pay up for another stud in here, whether it be like a Lillard and have $5,700 left for like a Barrett if you wanted to do that, or you could try to get up to Jokic at 8,600 and try to see who looks good at 52. But the first three games, or the first two games, is where I have my most interest in tonight, and then the Portland game is my third. But I think SGA, Levine, Okoro, Randall, Drummond, and Diallo look to be a pretty good building block for tonight. At least that's what I'm going with. So that's it for the DraftKings side. Let's go over to Fanduel. All right, Fanduel still has the same ridiculous pricing. Point guard tonight, you have Lillard, who I like a lot at 5,000. You could throw in Kobe White at 3,000 as my second guy that I'm considering. You have Garland as another guy at 1,000. And that's pretty much it. So you could even play Jamal Murray, I guess, too, at 5,000. Just play all the play everybody that you think is going to get the minutes. Shooting guard, definitely Zach LaVine. So put Lillard, Zach LaVine in at the first two positions on FanDuel. And then I look to SGA, Booker. They both look pretty solid. Hopefully people still play Horton Tucker, but with LeBron and Davis back tonight, I don't see him being a pretty viable option. He was like 50% owned the last time they played. At small forward, I'm still think you could play LeBron just because this position is super not deep on FanDuel. So even if he plays just the first half, he could outscore everybody else at this position. And FanDuel, that's all you're looking for. But Okoro is the favorite play at this position for me just because he should get you good minutes tonight and don't have to worry about him sitting the second half like LeBron is going to. Power forward is Randall, and then it's going to be Covington as the second guy. It's going to be probably Kuzma as the third, and then forgot about Baisley. I think he's power small forward eligible, but you could play him at 1,000 as well. And then center, it's probably Jokic or Drummond. I think they're the best think like Jokic and Drummond both can play into the second half. I don't think they already said Davis is not going to, so I think you could go to the other guys at center, or maybe look to Aiton if you think he's gonna play more. But I probably would go with like Drummond just with everybody out on the Cavs. I think he's gonna like have hopefully get some minutes, and if he does, with all the injuries, he's gonna be able to make an impact against the Knicks. So that's pretty much it. Fanduel, you don't have to talk about too much. So that's it for the video. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it, and best of luck tonight.